Welcome to the 21st century, where phones are wireless, cars are keyless, kitchens are fireless, food is oil-free, where clothes are worn for trends, not comfort, where people are becoming genderless, where youth drift without purpose, governments lead without values, wives marry for gain, and children grow up without respect, where babies are born into broken homes, relationships exist without depth, nights are filled with anxiety, not rest, hearts beat, but they feel nothing, where consciousness is limitless, but directionless. Honestly, there are no words left. Everything feels like it's losing weight, losing warmth, losing soul. And yet, we hold on to one thing: hope. The kind of hope that whispers even when the world shouts. Hope that behind all this noise, something real still breathes. They said we were evolving, that this century would be humanity's greatest triumph. They promised freedom through technology, that machines would do the heavy lifting while we chase our dreams, that instant access to anything and everything would bring joy, comfort, and connection, that we were headed toward a future brighter than any before it. But no one warned us of the cost. No one told us that with every convenience, we might lose a piece of what made us human, that in our pursuit of more, we would forget the beauty of less, that in building a smarter world, we might build dumber hearts. Look around. We no longer grow our food, we order it. We don't fix things, we replace them. We don't rest, we recharge. Our homes are filled with smart gadgets, but our conversations are shallow. We have digital assistants, but few real companions. We create avatars online, perfect and polished, while our real selves grow more invisible by the day. Children now learn from tablets more than from parents. Eye contact has become a luxury. Moments are no longer lived, they're captured, edited, and posted. The value of experience is measured not in memory, but in how many views it gets. We've created cities that never sleep, but our minds are constantly exhausted. We multitask through life and call it productivity, but it's just distraction in disguise. We move fast but go nowhere. Progress has become the new god, and worshiping it requires sacrifice, presence, slowness, stillness, silence. But what is the point of reaching the stars if we forget how to feel the sun? The truth is this: we have gained tools, but lost touch. We have gained speed, but lost direction. We have built skyscrapers, but shattered the foundations of inner peace. Progress isn't evil, but progress without soul, without ethics, without wisdom is an illusion. And right now, we are deep inside that illusion. Something vital has been fading, silently, like a candle left unattended. It isn't our intelligence. It isn't our potential. It's our connection to meaning. We live in a time where image is everything, where depth is drowned by speed. We scroll past pain. We heart a tragedy. We swipe away real people. The soul of our culture is on life support, because when everything is content, nothing is sacred. We celebrate influence over integrity. We reward performance over authenticity. We uplift noise over wisdom. And the worst part, we begin to believe that this is normal. We start believing that success is about attention, that love is a transaction, that friendship is a network. We start believing that if you aren't seen, you don't matter. But deep down, even behind the bravest selfies and boldest opinions, most people feel it: emptiness, a quiet ache for something more. We were made for meaning, but meaning doesn't trend. We were made for sacred moments, but sacred doesn't sell. We were made for connection, but connection takes time, and time is the one thing we are taught to waste. Look at relationships. We fear commitment. We replace partners as fast as playlists. We want the feeling of love without the work, the thrill without the depth, the body without the soul. Look at family. Parents are present, but not emotionally available. Children are overstimulated but undernurtured. Dinner tables are quiet not because of peace, but because of screens. Look at education. Schools prepare us for exams, but not for life. We learn how to pass tests, but not how to face failure. We are taught to memorize facts, not to understand ourselves. So, what's left? We chase pleasure. We chase profit. We chase praise, but none of it nourishes us. Because what we're really starving for is meaning. And in this world, meaning has become a revolutionary act. And still, something remains. A whisper, a thread, a spark, a soft voice that breaks through the static of this overloaded age. It's the part of you that remembers laughter that didn't need to be recorded, hugs that didn't need to be posted, tears that were allowed to fall without shame. It's your soul. It's still alive, buried beneath the noise, beneath the pressure, beneath the persona you had to create to survive here. That whisper says, you are more than your notifications, more than your productivity, more than your performance. You are here for something real. You feel it when you're in nature where Wi-Fi doesn't reach, but peace does. You feel it in music that moves you, in silence that heals you, in truth that cuts deeper than any trend. This world will do everything to silence that voice. It will keep you busy, distracted, anxious, addicted. Because a person who remembers who they are can't be controlled. But if you let it speak, if you listen even for a moment, you begin to wake up. You begin to remember what matters. Love, truth, presence, purpose. Not the shallow version sold online, but the deep version that requires courage. The kind that doesn't perform, that doesn't need applause. The world may call it weakness, but that whisper, it's your power. Because once you hear it, you can never unhear it. And that's how revolutions begin, one awakening at a time. What if all this chaos isn't the end of the world? What if it's a wake-up call? What if the emptiness we feel isn't a curse, but a compass, pointing us back to what we lost? Maybe we had to lose our way to remember what's worth finding. Maybe we had to be overwhelmed with noise to crave silence. Maybe we had to break in order to rebuild stronger, wiser, kinder. We don't need to abandon the modern world, but we need to live in it consciously. We need to bring our hearts back into our homes, our values back into our decisions, our depth back into our lives. Imagine a world where we talk without rushing, where we listen without checking phones, where we love without fear. Imagine children growing up knowing they are seen, partners staying because they choose to grow, not because they fear being alone. Workplaces that care more about people than profit. It sounds idealistic, but maybe idealism is what this cynical world needs most. It starts with small choices: to turn off your phone during dinner, to have real conversations, to ask deeper questions, to care even when it's inconvenient. We don't need perfection. We need presence. We don't need endless content. We need contentment. We don't need more followers. We need more truth. You don't need to fix the world. You just need to be real in it. Because one awakened soul creates a ripple, and ripples become waves, and waves reshape the shorelines of history. Welcome back. Welcome home. Welcome to what's real. Welcome to yourself.